Hi everyone, Alan Schimmel, DevOps.com's DevOps TV here at DOES 2016. Happy to be joined by Flint, Brenton, CEO of Collabnet, and Rodrigo Gonzalez of Clarive. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to be here.
Thank you. So Flint, Collabnet had some big news this week. I think we actually might have published it on DevOps.com, but you had two announcements. One was a collaboration or a partnership with Clarive, and one was, why don't you tell our audience?
Right. So this week we announced that we are moving strongly into the DevOps marketplace. So we've had a history of having strong offerings in application lifecycle management, as well as version control. Now we've added a third leg to our stool in the area of DevOps. We announced two products. One was DevOps Lifecycle Manager, which provides a DevOps dashboard and integration layer, so you have complete visibility and traceability to all development processes in an enterprise.
Okay.
And that's a key part of our go-forward plan for managing an end-to-end process and development. Secondly, in many ways, equally if not more exciting, is our partnership with Clarive. We're adding a world-class application release automation component to our portfolio. And I'll let Rod speak more to the value there, but when you combine ALM, version control, and DevOps, it's an unbeatable combination.
Right? Excellent.
Yeah.
So, Rodrigo, before we jump into that, I want to talk about this DevOps Lifecycle Manager.
Yes.
But even before we talk about that, Flint, why DevOps? Why now? I mean, obviously it's popular, so everyone sees a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But companies don't jump without doing their research, their thinking. What kind of drove you to this?
That's a great question. So, what has happened is the market has evolved, right? So a lot of enterprises and federal agencies, they have for years been using waterfall development methodologies. Agile is now the fastest growing subsegment of development. But what they have found out is if you put a lot of money in tools and processes and people to build apps, but you don't have a valid DevOps strategy where you can promote those builds into production, you don't get the return on the investment.
Yep.
So now analysts and consultants are advising enterprises, get your DevOps strategy together first, get it implemented, so that when you put money in Agile or put money in Waterfall, when you create those builds, you're going to get the R in your ROI. Without DevOps, it's tough to get the return you anticipate in development. And as you know, now every enterprise is becoming a software company, right? Whether it's Tesla or Ford or Walmart or Target, everyone's in the same situation. So getting an end-to-end process where you are able to monetize what you build is critical to an enterprise.
So Flint, as the CEO of a company that, Collabnet is not a small company, right? What was involved in sort of saying, okay, guys, we're going to jump into this DevOps market? Give us a little behind-the-scenes look, if you may, about what was involved in revving that up and bringing it to market.
You bet. So we brought a new set of investors about 2.5 years ago. I joined the company exactly 18 months ago. So we did a strategic reassessment of the market, where the growth was in the market, what was important to customers. We basically drew the conclusion that I just outlined, that a DevOps-led strategy for the enterprise is the way of the future. So as a result, we reassessed our portfolio, our technology. Where were we in terms of the currency of our architecture? Did we have the right products to give people exactly what they wanted and needed? After that self-assessment, we changed our portfolio plans. We invested in new development. We established a partnership with Clarive. We find this is the fastest way to get to market, and we're doing deep integration at an architectural level to present it as a single solution to the enterprise.
Perfect. Let me turn a little bit to you, Rod, and talk about Clarive. First of all, I don't know if a lot of our audience is familiar with Clarive. But you give us because time's limited, but a little bit of background.
Okay. Yeah. Clarive was founded in Spain in 2010, and we started. We went international in 2015 with targeting the large enterprise, mostly telecom, financial industry. We decided to do a round of financing in 2015. We became a cool vendor at Gartner. This year we're in the Magic Quadrant for ARA. We specialize helping bridge dev to ops, especially creating this delivery, what we call lean application delivery, helping companies deliver, package what technologies that go from everything from SAP to Salesforce to Java, containers, mainframe, mobile. So very hybrid, bimodal processes. So it's basically the only tool that has one tool end-to-end with bimodal process. It can be agile, it can be waterfall, it can be legacy systems and new systems all in one tool. So that's our focus.
Very interesting. So guys, I wasn't always a journalist or media person. I actually studied several venture-backed software companies and business development, corporate development, and all of that. Is this partnership, is it an OEM where you're private labeling the Clarive product? Is it just an integration? What exactly, and maybe,
Great question. So there are two components to it. So in the short term, we are reselling their product.
Okay.
Same brand, Clarive by Collabnet, that's the brand. But there's also a second component of this where we're OEMing the technology. So we'll rebrand it as our own, we'll put our own UI on it, we'll integrate it with the rest of our products and make it just part of our
more seamless
underlying architecture.
Yeah, no, that. So, from Clarive's point of view, what was the selling point? What was the thing that said, "Hey, man, we want to do this with Collabnet"?
Yeah, our background actually is from the ALM side. Just before there was DevOps, what we used to do was turn ALM tools, automate them, turn them into something that would create a life cycle with automation. When we founded Clarive, the idea was there. That was a seed. Start upstream, but we are not a development space tool. We are more of the ops turn to development kind of So that's where Collabnet comes in. ALM, they masters of the dev side, starting version control all the way through the whole life cycle. So that's the true end-to-end solution that the market needs right now, and that's what we see. That's a total chemistry there, enterprise focused, very important. So I think that's how we came together. We saw that.
So guys,
synergy.
is this available now? Are we talking about it'll be available soon? What's the status?
It is available now.
And is that the DevOps Lifecycle Manager product? Is that also available now?
Both products, our DevOps Lifecycle Manager product is available today.
Right.
And Clarive by Collabnet is available today.
Okay.
So if you go to our website, there's all the marketing collateral associated
And the
with
website is?
It's www.collab.net.
COLLAB.net. Excellent. Guys, where do you see this going from here now? What's next?
I think we're going to do great things together. One thing I learned a long time ago is people want solutions. So in this marketplace, not only are we integrating with what people have in their enterprise so they get a better return on their existing investments, but they have, going back to what we said earlier, every enterprise now is a software company.
Yep.
They need open source to innovate because they can't move fast enough if they have to build everything. So we're really majoring on integrating with open source to allow them to innovate more when they build software, and then making sure they get the return on that innovation through the build process and the deployment process. So we think we're not only market leading from an architectural standpoint, there's nobody who quite can bring the value on-prem, off-prem, private, public cloud, single tenant, multi-tenant, where we're embracing open source as a way to deliver value. So we are all over it.
Excellent. Rodrigo, over to you.
Yeah, I think this is a very unique opportunity to tackle the market. So
okay. Well, best of luck with this. We'll be checking in on Clarive and Collabnet at DevOps.com. Well, let's hear more about how the market is reacting to this, and want to hear more good stories about it. Flint, Rodrigo, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the opportunity.
My pleasure. This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com, DevOps TV here at Does Enterprise 2016.